Dum 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 dum. Hello everybody, welcome to Chaz Draycott Media and welcome to another episode of Tower Simulator 3. Nothing fancy today, I'm just having a really good day, I'm feeling great in myself for the first time in a long time, and we're just going to do a quick session at Bermuda, of all places. TXKF, LF Wade International Airport, St. David's Island in Bermuda. Very quiet airport, very unique layout airport, and I've not actually done a stint here ever, actually, but I've used the scheduler like you would have seen in this video, in my previous video, and I've used that aircraft set here. Now it's not rammed, it's not completely busy, I think there's only like 10 flights an hour or something, but I'm going to skip between a number of them, between me handling certain elements of getting them in and out, and we're just going to enjoy ourselves at Bermuda, because there could be a few interesting little challenges at this airport that I'm looking forward to seeing whether we come across them. So let's jump in. Runway 30, 7 AM, light clouds. Not much more else to say. So here we are in the tower at Bermuda. Important things first. Let's get our screens set up, shall we? Oh, KAC, what's that?
Bermuda ground, Q84907 heavy with information Delta, requesting push and start.
I've just realised what that could be. Because it's Q80, which have A321s, A320neos, but it's a heavy. Right, I'm going to get all this set up first. Make sure all this is ready to go. Yeah, the strips of... It is what I think it is. Ah! First things first, let's just pause time. Let's get some cameras set up here, because F6, yes, is this thing. So last time I incorrectly set F6 as a camera somewhere else. So it's F7. Doesn't help anybody. To be fair, I don't think it needs to be... Oh my god, I've just seen it out of the corner of my eye. I don't think it needs to be... Oh, the camera won't let us move away from all this. Doesn't need to be anything really more than that, to be honest. So Control F7, that one. But this is what I wanted to look at. The Q8 A330 in their retro livery. I've seen this a few times at Manchester. I've thrown this into the set of aircraft and it's actually put it into the schedule, which is great to see. Unfortunately, I don't quite think Energous Design have the front end of these A330s quite right. The windows don't look right, but the shape and overall sort of style of the aircraft is spot on, and that livery is just awesome. That really is. I think they've got 5 of them. I think the codes are like 9K, APA, B, C, D, and E. Unbelievably pretty. So if we press F7, we're going to get this lovely view. This is going to be the main bit where stuff is coming in and out. F1 takes us all the way back here to the tower. So without further ado, let's just enjoy ourselves at Bermuda, shall we? I forgot about you. That was very loud. Thank you. Q84907 heavy. Pushback approved. Expect runway 12. Yeah, we need to change...
12. Pushback approved.
That runway 12, don't we?
Heavy.
Oh, that's the wrong way round. What's the orientation of that doing? That's the opposite direction to where we're looking. Oh well, let's go look at Madam. So she's just about ready to go now. The tug will disappear any moment now. It's interesting that the very first aircraft we have here is actually a heavy, isn't it? In the form of the Airbus A330-200. For runway 12. We're not going to have any arrivals yet. Like I say, this is going to be very quiet. I'm probably going to be recording for a long time and just cutting in between the silence here.
Q84907 heavy ready to taxi.
Q84907 heavy, runway 12 via Bravo. So
Runway
everything
12
that lands
via
will have to
Bravo,
go down Alpha and then get it back
heavy.
in there. That's surely very tough. That's surely very tough to get right. Because like I've said, it's just one taxiway. Then again, there's very few flights coming to this airport, so I don't think we're going to really have it rammed. Don't know why I'm yawning though. There she is, taxiing at quite the speed as well. Actually, I suppose there's no terminals or anything to worry about here, but just to see this in the game at last is a joy for me. I know, again, I'm getting excited over a couple of pixels that represent it. Shut up. But still, it makes me a happy boy. They have said as well recently, they being FeelThere, that the aircraft sounds when they've started up and are taxiing are becoming a priority with updates that they're doing now, which is nice to see. We're not going to have any arrivals for quite a bit by the look of it. So, I don't know why I'm yawning. I really don't want to be yawning in my videos. Q84907 heavy, runway 12, cleared for immediate take. QAT 497 heavy. Cleared for immediate... Still not saying runway 12. QAT 497 heavy, runway 12, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. And I forgot we can do this, can't we?
Runway 12, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure.
Cleared for TXKF.
907 heavy.
Onto the runway they go. It looks like those trees might even get in the way there. It's a very small airport, this, isn't it, actually? The map makes it look like it's really long and vast as an airport, but it's absolutely not. I'm really glad we've got this sort of follow camera in the game now for moments like this, because this is an aircraft I love. Why are you yawning? Here she is on her takeoff roll. The Q80 retro Airbus A330. She's going to need all the runway, I'm telling you that. Go on, love. Yeah, that's awesome. I don't care what the textures are doing over the sea. Go on, rotate. Up she goes. Beautiful. That's one chalked off the list. And once again, we get to... Why am I yawning? I'm not even tired. Once again, we get to silence and quiet here at Bermuda. Let's go to the F7 camera. Just see if we can see any aircraft with navigation lights or anything of the sort on. It looks like this Swiss has them on here. Also the TUI 737 does, the EasyJet does. So there's a couple of aircraft that could be potentially making moves soon, but no beacon lights as such. Beacon lights are the red flashing lights underneath and on top of the aircraft that are the main designated to tell you that they're ready to start up and get going. Nice little lineup there, a pair of Swiss A320 Neos, Air France Airbus A319. And then we have the British Airways Airbus as well with the cargo going in it. As you can see, the cargo doors are up there. The passenger doors also up. I say up, they're open. Rear door open on the EasyJet and rear door open on the TUI. We've got a little Tarom ATR, that's a 42 I think it is, parked here, which is nice and tasty. And then whatever the hell that is, that god-awful Condor livery. There's a lot of people that really like that livery. I don't know. It's different, but I just can't get on with it. Well, this is a very quiet stint. QAC is off and away now. Off out there somewhere. And we're actually going to utilise the speeding up of time here to just skip on ahead until the next aircraft calls up.
Bermuda ground.
There we go.
Speed bird 4401 with information Foxtrot. Requesting push and start.
Speedbird 4401, pushback approved, expect runway 12. So that was the British Airways aircraft that was on the end that we saw. Let's go take a look, shall we? There they are on the right of the screen. About to start pushing back now with the little tug vehicle here. The Swiss here has got its doors open still. There is British Airways pushing back. They'll be technically starting the engines right now, but unfortunately at this moment in time we cannot hear that within the game. Anything on arrivals? No. Nothing of interest at all. Speedbird 4401, runway 12 via Bravo. What on earth was that?
Runway 12 via Bravo.
And there we have Speedbird taxiing out now. British Airways Airbus A320. Something I've flown on just a handful of times actually. Mainly from Heathrow Airport, which is their main base over here in London. We get a couple of them in and out of Manchester, but only I think 2 a day, if that. And they usually as well just flights going to and from Heathrow. But it's a classy livery, the British Airways livery. A lot of people over here think it's boring, but you always think your own carrier is quite boring, don't you? There's nobody in terms of arrivals yet either, unfortunately. Nothing else going on in terms of departures, so we can get them straight out of here. Speedbird 4401, runway 12, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. We'll come and watch them from here, shall we? So they're going to just turn on straight away. Because I've said cleared for immediate takeoff, they don't turn onto the runway, sit, rev it up and then get going. They just go straight on. Look, he's actually coming on at quite a high speed here. Slams on the brakes, turns, and then the noises will kick in and the aircraft will start to cane it down the runway. Wait for it. Sorry, I'm itching my foot. You get this really low rumble. There they go. How much cooler is this than the old game, man? It's so good. I still love it. I still love it. Let's shimmy on down the runway a little bit and catch them as they rotate. Oh no, we didn't quite catch up. There they go. Have a nice flight. Off they go. Okay, another happy departure here at Bermuda. And we're going to skip on time again. They're at 5,000 feet now. 6,000. 7,000. And watch the speed. If we do still get them until 10,000. Oh, we've got someone coming in. Eurowings. Wait for it.
Bermuda Tower, the Eurowings 5510 on final 12.
Oh, 2 arrivals, an Austrian. Eurowings 5510, runway 12, clear to land. Now I know that somebody in one of my previous videos said that I'm giving landing clearances very early, which is a good point. You know, it's not something you'd give them until they're, 5 miles out, for example, sometimes. But I like to just give them in. Let me think of how to explain this. I like to take advantage of the fact you can do it this early in the game because it helps play the game. You know, if I was doing this on VATSIM, for example, and trying to give realistic air traffic control inputs or commands, I would do it very, very last minute, and do it as they do in the real world, because that's what we're simulating there. In this situation, I do it to enjoy the game and to make life easier in playing the game here. I hope that makes sense anyway. Swiss 8767, pushback approved, expect runway 12. Now this is going to get interesting here because we've got a departure and an arrival. They're going to want to go in there. So it's where we get them. I suppose we'll just get them on. We'll get them to hold here on Alpha before we put them on Bravo. The arrivals, that is. So they'll come in this way, and then they'll taxi down here onto here, and then we'll get them to hold short here so we can get departures out. Boom, off they go. Because that's a very long taxiway, isn't it? I mean, look at it. It's all the way down here, all the way past us there, and that's the high-speed exit there. So there's a long way for them to hold short. Or a long way for them to sort of roll it out, I should say. Eurowings on their way in, which is nice. Swiss is an A320neo. Eurowings also an A320neo. And then we have an Austrian A320 on its way in just behind them. They're at 4,500 feet right now and 220 knots. Eurowings is starting to slow down slightly.
2346 on final 12.
Austrian 2346, runway 12 cleared to land. God, I can't speak tonight. I really butchered that one.
Runway 12 cleared to land. Austrian 2346.
I like his Austrian accent. There's Swiss. Ready to go in just a moment.
Bermuda ground. Easy 2425 with information.
Ooh.
Foxtrot. Requesting push and start.
So not only do we have 1 departure, we've now got 2. That could be quite a nice thumbnail, actually. Bear with me. We're going to have that as a thumbnail, I think. We just save that for you. Bear with me. Let's actually go back to the tower and do some work, because now we've got 4 aircraft on for you. I can't speak. Swiss 8767, runway 12 via Bravo. Easy 2425, pushback approved. Expect runway 12. Lovely. Where are you now? Eurowings, you're just appearing.
Pushback approved.
Let's go and catch them on landing, actually. So this is a Eurowings A320neo on its way in now. We've also got Swiss A320neo about to taxi out from our left-hand side where this camera is. Going to shimmy over this. Shut up! Shimmy over this way a bit. Gear down, last minute. We love that. I like the Eurowings livery. It's quite tasty. I flew with them to Cologne last year. There we go. They've got the visor painted on it as well, which is nice. And in comes Eurowings. Lovely job. Spoilers deployed. And then Austrian isn't too far behind, actually, either. EasyJet's on its way in, so watch. Eurowings will probably come off here on that taxiway. Shows you how far down the runway the tower is, actually. I thought we were a lot further along than that, to be fair. I thought we were more sort of here, but we're more like here. So Swiss is now taxiing to the runway. We're going to get the departures out first and then get the arrivals sort of parked up on here. We can just tell the first one. If there's ever a queue, you can just tell the first one to hold position and the others will line up behind it. Eurowings does take the high-speed exit off to the left there, which is very good of them. Eurowings 5510, taxi to ramp via Bravo. See what path they take. It should just be down there and then there.
Eurowings 5510.
Wait for it.
Easy 2425 ready to taxi.
Yes, smash him. Easy 2425, runway 12 via Bravo. And now, if we look over here, Austrian should be on their way in as well. Let's go catch them. Now this is just a normal A320, not a A320neo that's coming in. I've just had my other video go live at the moment, and I'm getting so many Discord notifications and YouTube comments on it. I know that I've made it a little bit more difficult than it should have been on that previous video, but it's the human aspect of it. Can't always get it all right, eh? There is Austrian. Bit of a dull livery, unfortunately, the Austrian liveries, but they look nice on an Embraer. In they go. Nice touchdown. Crack him. And they're going to cross over with Eurowings that should be here any second. There you go. So we're going to tell Eurowings now to hold short of taxiway Bravo. Let's see if we can do that. Eurowings 5510, hold short of taxiway Bravo.
Hold short of taxiway Bravo. Eurowings 5510.
Swiss 8767, runway 12, line up and wait. There goes Swiss onto the runway now. It looks a lot smaller when you see it like that with a couple of aircraft on it, doesn't it? They're off the runway now, actually, is Austrian. Austrian 2346, taxi to ramp via Bravo. Swiss 8767, runway 12, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure.
Runway 12, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude
Take
1000, contact departure. Swiss 8767.
You can see EasyJet there just waiting at the side as well. Not that EasyJet would fly all the way out to Bermuda. There's Swiss. Yes, Eurowings has stopped there and is holding short taxiway Bravo, so that works. Thank you, FeelThere. There's Swiss. Cracking on. Love an A320neo. Looks chunky, doesn't it? Up they go. Well, it's nice that we've still got a good couple of aircraft flying in and out, isn't it? Easy 2425, runway 12, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Not sure what happened there. My recording software just did something strange. Sorry if there was anything weird come up then. And then we can tell Eurowings to carry on after that. Continue on their way with taxiing. We don't need to tell Austrian to wait. They're just down here. In their little A320. Whistling away. We'll tell them to continue taxi and then cross the runway because you have to give a separate command for that. So you'd say continue taxi, let them repeat it back and then tell them to cross runway 12. Anyway, EasyJet is now on its takeoff roll. There you go. An EasyJet Airbus A320 rotating as well, just in front of us. Oh, hiding behind the pillar. Up they go. I'm sure that's going to be a long flight to wherever they're going right now. Okay, let's deal with Eurowings. Eurowings 5510, continue taxi. Is that all we need to do? Yes. Eurowings 5510, cross runway 12. Austrian 2346, cross runway 12. And there they go. Crossing runway 12. Nice. Good job, gang. Good job indeed. Looking over here at the terminal, I can't see anybody with beacon lights on ready to go. Oh no, it looks like we're going to get 2E out in a moment, because if you just look underneath from maybe this far back, you'll see a little red glow there. Their beacon light is on, and here comes trouble down the taxiway. I like it. So we'll keep an eye on where these are going to park up. I think they're both on this side. Don't think either of them are taking up either of these gates here, so we'll have a nice little camera angle of this and watch them come in. I'll leave it silent as well. I won't sort of commentate over the top of it. I know as plane spotters, these are the sort of moments that are really nice to see, especially when simulated very well in a game like this. Like an aerobatics display team. Not sure what this little tug was doing there, but he got all excited that there was an aircraft parked in front of him. So that's Austrian and Eurowings in. And now we need to go back to the tower and await TUI, which will, I think, be yellow cab.
Bermuda ground. Yellow cab 4183 with information Foxtrot.
What did I tell
Requesting
you?
push and start.
Yellow cab 4183, pushback approved. Expect runway 12. And that seems to be their old livery on that 737.
Pushback approved.
They're parked next to the little Tarom ATR 42. Or an ATR 72, I think it is. But I say it's the old livery. The TUI fly bit is old. But it just says TUI on them now, I'm pretty sure. Flew with them to La Palma last year. It was my first flight with them as well. And admittedly, I really enjoyed it. It was a lovely experience. Instead of having a normal safety briefing, they have a video that they play. I'm not sure if it's the same with other airlines, but they have a video they play. It was a little bit cringe at points because it's very Disney-like. It's all about being magical for the kids and making it entertaining for them with loads of bubbles and But you know what? It was just nice to have something a bit different to... Oh, God, flipping out, you'll need a safety briefing to pick your coffee up. Why the tug? Now they've got to try and dismantle said tug from the front of the 737. But it was nice to have something different to the norm of Ryanair and EasyJet that I've flown with for the last couple of years to all the gigs that I've been doing. I'm not doing as much flying this year because I've only got, I think, 4 abroad trips, which, you know I'm very lucky to have, but I think we've gone from like 12 last year to 4 this year, so it feels almost like I'm not doing anywhere near as much work, which is a bit of a shame, but still, I love what I do, and you all know that. Anyway, Yellow Cab 4183, runway 12, via Bravo. No arrivals yet, so it's all down to Yellow Cab to provide the entertainment. It's like just doing a nice bit of plane spotting in Bermuda, isn't it, this? As we have the TUI 737-800 making its way out there. The TUI 737-800s now actually have the sort of secondary winglet under here, which looks really, really pretty. I think I've shown it in a couple of videos before. I've probably mentioned it a few times before, but just forgotten by now. But they're making their way out to runway 12. We've got no other departures or arrivals or anything, so we're just going to go back and give them clearance to crack on with the job at hand. Yellow Cab 4183, runway 12, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure.
Cleared for immediate TXKF upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure.
You take your time on that TXKF, love. You do whatever you want with your TXKF. We're going to sit down here on the runway for this. It's nice to be able to chill like this, though. I like it. I suppose if you're a new player to the game or a player that can't quite deal with the hustle and bustle of the bigger airports with loads going on, it's just nice to get used to the craft, let's say, at an airport like this. And I mean, that, you know, the point of this video is I've not played this airport before on my channel. I think I did a little bit when it was coming to the game with OMDB. I'm not sure if I even left it in the video, actually, but I recorded a little bit of time on OMDB and on this one when they first came to the game. But other than that, I haven't played it at all. There you go then, 737-800 for TUI rotating right in front of us, lifting off, and up they go. I'm commentating. Anyway, they're off to have a nice flight. And once again, it's time to speed up time, because there's nothing else coming in at the moment. There is an arrival, which is a Lufthansa, I believe. I'm going to wait for them to call up. They'll just call up as soon as it gets that red line.
Tower, Lufthansa 1290 on final 12.
What sort of aircraft are you? Airbus A320, of course. Lufthansa 1290, runway 12, cleared to land.
Runway 12, clear to land. Lufthansa 1290.
And here comes Lufthansa, over the threshold now. It's not going to be one of the Star Alliance liveries because they come up as CLH for some reason rather than DLH. And there you go, it's a normal A320 as well. So it's not even one of their Neos, but it's in the newer livery. And touching down now to roll down the runway, undoubtedly to the high-speed exit. I wonder if we can give them early command, actually. Lufthansa 1290, taxi to ramp via Alpha Bravo.
Taxi to ramp via Alpha Bravo. Lufthansa 1290.
So she'll still come to a stop on here, and then the path will sort of draw itself, and then she'll make her way down there. Yep, off to the high-speed exit on the left, and you'll see, ready, the yellow line will suddenly go boop, and just appear. Ready, as soon as they come to a stop. Now, there you go. And then already we can say Lufthansa 1290, cross runway 12. So now we're prioritising that aircraft basically over everything else. So no matter what calls up now, whether it's an arrival or a departure, whatever, they've been told to just taxi, cross it, go straight to the gate. No mucking about. There they go, on their way down. Lovely livery that, isn't it, the Lufthansa livery. Very classy. Always has been. Even the older liveries as well, it looks beautiful. There's still a number of aircraft rocking around in that old livery as well, which is great to see. And here we are on the ramp then to see them pull in and park up at their slot. I was going to say at their gate, but I don't think they have a gate here at this airport for them. They just tend to sit on the ramp next to the Swiss A320neo. And then you'll see the doors open and everything slide on open, ready for them to board the next passengers. There you go. Again, the tug got a little bit excited there. They seem to like it when a new aircraft comes in ready to push them. Maybe it's just the tug sort of starting its new animation process to push the aircraft back. I do a lot of this, don't I? Quite a lot. A lot of this and that and this. Who's beeping? Another Eurowings on its way in. Is it a Neo this time? No, it's an Airbus A319. I love a Eurowings A319, so we're going to speed up time a little bit. We'll get that one in. And then I think I'm going to end this one here, you know, because it's just a very short, quick-fire episode. Eurowings 2299, runway 12, clear to land. Let's go outside. We're going to sit down here, like, by the river, or by the sea, by the water, the blue stuff, and see it come overhead. So we're going to get the gear coming down right here. There you go. Tiny little A319 filling our screen on its way in. That's a cool angle, isn't it? Flaps down. Oh, sporty flare. And then down, there you go. Lovely. They're going to roll all the way down the runway here. They're going to slam on. They might even actually turn there rather than all the way down here. I might be wrong. Yeah, they're going to turn there, aren't they? Did a solid job of that landing, didn't they? Good stuff. Eurowings 229 and 9er, taxi to ramp via Alpha Bravo.
Taxi to ramp via Alpha Bravo. Eurowings 229 or 9er.
Eurowings 229 and 9er, cross runway 12.
Cross runway
Spoilers
12.
and flaps
Eurowings 229
retracted.
or 9er.
Ready to taxi back to the gates. We've just had some sort of GA call up that it's on final, but we're not going to do anything with them. Air France has called up as well, but Eurowings is going to be our last little dealing here. So they cross the runway 12. Love an A319, they're so chunky, so cool. Especially in the Eurowings livery as well, they look great. I am just going to deal with this GA thing. 750 Charlie Kilo, runway 12 cleared to land. Just in case
Runway 12, clear to land.
penalises me for
750 Charlie Kilo.
them overrunning while we look at what Eurowings is doing. And by overrunning, I mean a go around. Here comes Eurowings then, they're going to slow down as they get to about this line here. Just because there's a terminal and other aircraft around, there's certain speed limitations. We've got Wizz with its doors open just down here. Eurowings is going to go into the far gate next to the Tarom ATR 42 or 72. I still can't remember which it is. And then that's going to be all here from Bermuda. I've just wanted to have a bit of a chill session, just do a bit of plane spotting within the game, and just enjoy myself. That's what it's all about, isn't it, with these games? You know, I make these videos not to always just be doing daft stuff and just doing, I don't know, can't even think of how to explain it. It's not all tutorials and me showing you all the newest airports. Sometimes I'm just playing the game because I'm a fan of this sort of stuff. And there is Eurowings, and there is the end of the episode. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. I really hope you've enjoyed Bermuda. It's an interesting little airport, and again, using the list of aircraft from the scheduler that I showed you last time out. Don't forget to check out that previous video, though, if you do want to use the scheduler. I know it's a bit of a strangled route, and it's not quite the easiest way of doing things, but I get it to work, and that's the main thing that counts. As for now, thanks very much for watching, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next episode.